You're listening to the Starfall Actual Play Podcast. Hey, this is proof that we didn't go away. We just had to take a longer than expected break. In this episode, Arcady gets to discover, well, Reza's new hobby. A really difficult message is delivered. And Mama Bear, let's just say she's not happy. So just to let you folks know, we've got a new website. If you go to www.jackmonkeygames.com, and we have a dedicated page now, which is starfallrpg.jackmonkeygames.com. Check them both out. Also, check out Roll vs. Roll. We're going to start talking about Roll vs. Roll a lot more because we've been using the cards like crazy. In fact, if you want to hear them used more often, go check out the Steamrollers Adventure podcast. Yes, because they rock.
This episode contains strong language like scrup, skadonk, and now and then Terry talks about, work. Listener discretion is advised. If you like our show, consider becoming a patron. We need to cover computer upgrades, hosting fees, and better recording equipment. Even $1 a month will help.
So you wake up late. You need to be at Jod in 3 days. Your private craft can get you there in 4, unless you use Gate Pass. The Stargate network is up and running between most Confederate planets. Just fly through the orbital Stargate and arrive in the other system instantly. No worries about pirates, as Stargates are always well within the protected zone. Just 10,000 credits per use. We even offer a yearly subscription for less than 12 million. Gate Pass Stargates for the elite. Let the scrubs use Star Drive.
Join the Jodian Confederate Army. The Confederation stands for freedom for all its citizens, all races, all religions, all backgrounds. We are many with one goal: freedom. But that freedom is threatened by those who would oppress us. Join the Confederate Army. Protect everyone.
Give them a quick catch up of where we're at.
Okay, so what has happened is that it's been 6 months. You guys have been trained by Confederates on the planet, on the down low, on the planet called K-Run, which is an independent planet.
Yeah.
Basically, you guys are working with the Orzadian ambassador to K-Run, doing specific missions. You guys are about ready to do your first mission together after the training, which is smuggling guns back onto Warzone.
Sounds great.
And y'all have met Mama Bear. She's the one that's trained you for the last 6 months. Mama Bear is the oldest living, still active Grix Mecha commander in the Confederacy. Yeah. She makes badass look like wimp. And she's been trying to get you cubs up to snuff, and you ain't cutting it, but, you know, whatever. You might live, you might not. It's not on her. So, so Mama's going to be on the ship with you. When she's on the field, Mama is sharp and sober and clear, and when she's not on the field, she's none of those things.
Excellent.
And Mama suggested that getting back to Warzide, she recognized the coordinates where y'all are meeting people, and it's kind of near the spawning grounds. And so as far as anybody knows, you're taking Primtold back to Z's brooding pod to be interred. So you're taking Primtold home to be buried.
Okay.
And delivering guns.
So during read this, if we can get some general quiet.
Yeah. Oh, and what we're reading is Terry had an encrypted file waiting on the ship when y'all got back on the ship.
Okay.
And they managed to unencrypt just one part of the file, and that's what's being read.
Great.
The whole thing?
I can't read.
Event. My home lies in the mists of the Warzad jungles, in pools of aqua-cool life, in the water-vein tunnels that lace through and connect a planet in ways the majority of its sentient inhabitants never know. We build our pods in the mists of the jungle swamps, surrounding our brood pools, and we keep them to ourselves. The places where we interact with the other races, on the outskirts of the cities, on the barges of Helios, on the starships and space stations, these are not our homes. They are hostels, way stations, trading posts, our mask. In the recorded history of the Glyphin, on all home planets, only a handful of non-Glyph have ever seen our homes. So few that their names are taught in our spawn schools. Pod is all. Pod is sacred. Safe, secret, sanctuary, defiled. They came in the silence of the pre-dawn. How they could move through the jungle with neither beast nor sentry hearing them, land and approach, it belies a technology that terrified me. They used the mists to cloak the gas that took out our warrior sentries. We emerged from the pools as we do every dawn, with the queen, the broodlings, and the caretaker elder to go about our daily land exercises. The broodlings, their limbs were still developing. We break our fast, check our communications, embark on our daily tasks of school and Glyph Corp duties. But we emerged to horror. The severed heads of our warriors laid out upon our pier like a death chorus. The pond surrounded by churchy mech troops. A troop transport shuttle of generic design atop the wreckage of what had been our gathering hall and worker dorm. Cries and chaos as the caretakers immediately gathered the broodlings and dove back into the pool, swimming for the safety of its depths. As senior envoy, my duty was to stay with the queen, but I ordered 2 of my spawn mates, who were only just emerging, to swim for the tunnels as fast as possible. Dive! Notify! I turned back to the pier where the Queen's Guard were responding in instinctive primal rage. The 5 warrior Glyphin charged the shores, but I had seen the shuttle. A detail they missed in their rage at the sight of their fallen. The ship cannon took them out in a single blaze. And as that flash removed our defenses, another shot removed our hope. An energy net was fired at the Queen before she could die. The remains of her guard had not even fully landed in the jungle as drones were lifting her away. There we stood in shock. Me, my 2 other spawn-mate envoys, the head caretaker, a pod elder, 3 thinkers, and only 2 of our team of 20 workers remained. They were doing wet shift when we were infiltrated, so they survived the demise of their cadre, who were stationed in the top house dorms when we were invaded. A splash behind me revealed my returning envoys. They shook their heads in despair. I don't know, but all the exit tunnels are blocked about half a kilometer out. Energy gates, all 7 of them, were trapped. And then he stepped forward. His voice was calm, soft, and as dead as our fallen warriors. Good morning. I am honored to be a guest at your home. I know what a rare compliment that is. You may call me Jeremiah. Now tell me, who can speak for your pod? And that was the event.
So Terry sat back, had a look and he's going, whoa. And he doesn't know what to do with it. He's confused and just sort of stunned that he's received a script. But it's only a part of it. So
there's another, 12 messages.
So I sort of want to keep that to myself for now, until we start getting more of the message and understand what it really means before I start passing it or relaying it, because I don't know what it means.
Okay.
Did I read it as part of my decryption or no?
I would say yes.
You know what's
So
up.
love is with me. Cool.
That's pretty intense.
So I'm looking at Love going, obviously there's more to it. I don't think we should pass this on to sort of get what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Pass on to the crew.
Okay.
So we've got a mission to do. Let's focus on that.
All right. I will keep you I'll keep working on it.
So
Oh,
you haven't decrypted the other 12 messages
You've only
No.
gotten one decrypt.
Yeah.
There may be more messages, but it looks like
Yeah,
12.
so I'll keep working on that. It looks like it's going to be a while, probably. I might be able to get one a day, depends on what we've else got going on. So
Keep me updated.
I will.
Do we have
Sell
any
myself on the black
equipment
market.
that needs fixing or anything at the moment?
What's that?
Any equipment that needs fixing? Any firearms that you clean them and paint?
Well, you've had Bob. Is it Bob? Yeah,
Yeah,
Bob
Bob the human.
He's
Bob the engineer.
Bob Croc and
Bob.
Knock.
Knock.
sorry, Bob, Knock,
and
Buffy.
Buffy that have had nothing to do for 6 months.
Yeah, well, Rezel's probably hanging out with them because he's suddenly realized he actually enjoys fixing things and tinkering with things other than fleshy, bloody bodies.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, Bob is just he's very welcoming. Unlike some technicians that are like, get out of my engineering room, he has absolutely no problem showing you stuff.
yeah.
He says that he needs a larger crew anyways.
Yeah.
Because this is a fairly large ship.
Yeah.
Half the time the crew is the other 4 crews were they either didn't help or occasionally they would send someone down to help, but not much.
Alright. What does he like to drink?
Oh, well, he prefers Wormedian whiskey if he can get his hands on it.
Oh.
However, Helios Mist, he does enjoy that.
Cool. Good to know.
So I go back into the engineering room.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, boy, how's it hanging? You gold grease monkey?
He's he looks at me and goes, doing good, Mama. Doing good, Mama. He says that I've got both the Tingus back up and up and running after the last training mission.
Oh, thank you, boy. You got me all greased up and good and shiny.
Good and shiny.
Oh, that's it, Bob. You're my man.
You see, Buffy looks over at you and does a kind of a salute with his large claw, and then does a gesture with his 2 smaller claws, which you recognize as a symbol of respect.
Buffy, boy, did I know you as an envoy?
He gives a gesture of yes.
Was you one of my cubs, boy?
He gives you a acknowledgement of no.
Oh, all right. Right then. Well, I'm glad to meet you in any form, Buffy. I'm glad you came through right.
Gives a gesture of thank you.
No worries, Buffy. You get my back, I got yours.
And there's the Glippin equivalent of a smile, which on a warrior Glippin isn't much. They're not really expressive.
I'm imagining a...
What are you guys doing for pre-flight?
I'm probably just going to be scrolling through charts, basically.
Yeah, you're the navigator.
Swiping through Tinder. Just
Basically, yeah.
Well, you're gonna, so
Set the
that,
door right.
what you missed to do is that as a navigator, the thing is we're going back through the asteroid belt we came from.
Yeah.
And Confederate ships are pretending to be pirates in that belt, screwing with the churches, and they're going to make a hole for us to get through, so we can get past to get to Warsaw. And they're going to make a distraction so we can land. So that's what your navigation is going to be. You got to get us to the asteroid belt and then through it at the timing of the distraction. I was just catching our navigator up.
Yes. The Badgers, which is the unit that is in charge of creating the distraction, have been doing this the last 6 months. They've been causing all sorts of trouble in that area.
So they've been quite badgering, haven't they?
Yes. Yes.
You were saying you wanted to know what we're doing.
Pre-flight.
Pre-flight, yeah. I'm gonna go to Terry's quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna knock on his door.
See if he's in.
Terry's in. Enter. Good sir.
But yeah, I just thought I'd come and talk to you because I know it's been 6 months or so.
Yeah, man, it's been about 6 months.
But we're going back to Warzone, and I just wanted to know how are you feeling about that? Are you good?
Am I good? Mate, I'm shitting myself. But, you know what? I feel like we've all really come together. I think we've got a good chance here. As long as we stick to the plan, man, I think we've got a good shot.
I know you say that, Jerry, and I know you mean it, but Jerry thought the same thing with Primtail too. So I just wanted to know that there's nothing that, like, is there anything you have on your mind you want to lay out?
Hey, we've been together for a while, yeah?
Non-romantically speaking.
No, that's fair. You've always had my back, yeah?
Yeah?
I've got yours, you know that, yeah?
I mean,
As much as I can, Jerry. I'll protect your back, Jerry. I've got your back. I'm saying that I'll protect you if you protect me. Like you have me.
not in the same way you protect your customers' backs, please.
Well, that's, you know I pay for those services, Jerry. People pay for those services. I'm not charging you anything. Sometimes I pay. It's okay. But let's just say, if we got each other's back, non-sexually, we'll get through this.
I'm just saying, Jerry, you have me, and I will never let happen to you what happened to you.
I appreciate that, man. But one question I have for you. You trust everyone that we have on this ship?
Apart from you, Terry, and Reza, I trust no one.
Oh, bro! I've had a lot of drinks with Reza. He's a good guy. But everyone else, like, I know we've been training for 6 months, but I don't know.
I'm your dad, you jerk.
I'm kind of having a moment here.
We're having a private conversation. Everybody just sort of recently caught up.
Yeah.
So, well, I'll tell you what, how about we do this? If, maybe every couple of nights we'll come in, we'll pretend to, we'll have a drink. We'll have a chat and see what's going on.
Yeah, alright, that sounds good. Even with your visible quotation marks.
So here's actually,
that's a good chat, Terry. That's just all I needed to hear.
No, I appreciate it, Jerry, man. Thanks for coming in. And with Chris bumping.
No, don't stop there. Ask him why he feels guilty about Primthal.
He's never shocked. You just said
I'm reading the subtext.
You're not in the room.
I'm
not there. Stop interjecting.
Get out of my mind.
She's reading the room. So she spent 6 months studying.
Z is a busybody.
From what I got out of
well, they don't even trust me. I can do it.
From what I got out, he doesn't want.
I'm on the bridge calibrating the sensors.
Good.
You're on the bridge calibrating the navigation system and plotting your course.
I have some doubts.
So Stu, I think we're kind of missing something here.
I have concerns.
Stu, I have some concerns. We're missing
completion.
I'll be leaning on you a bit to get this right.
Yeah. I hail Terry on the comms. Hey Terry, are you gonna come and pilot this ship or what?
Yeah, Lava, just chill out. I'm talking to Jerry.
I'm plenty chill. That's fine. You can talk, but we have a mission.
Talk on the bridge.
You know, the rest of us up here in the command center are ready to go. Are we ready to go? We're ready to go.
Up. I'll come do some pre-flight checks.
Thank you.
Reza set up like a mini like lab in the bar so he can make his drugs and also drink at the same time.
I can make you drinks and you can make me drugs.
Yeah, so he can have his drinks and also make the drugs at the same time. Synergy.
She makes better drinks when she's on massive amounts of drugs.
So yeah, so like right now I'm kind of preparing like a sort of like a party drug.
He's preparing cocktails with his cocktails.
Yeah, exactly. So
don't use that eighth tentacle, please.
Yeah. Fine, he's making something fun for people.
Illegal, we're in space.
Or in international space.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Intergalactic space.
You are in K-Run. I don't know about the legalities. I have to check.
I think if you're running short of anything,
getting to buy anything.
Oh,
He doesn't need.
You know who to ask.
We're
I do.
smuggling a ship full of weapons to kill people. I'm sure we're okay with a mild amount of that.
We're on a funerary mission, thank you very
And
much.
also we have a
All the more reason.
To lift people's mood.
Yeah.
That's very...
I'm not like I like money.
I'm at a comm station sending messages to various people before we head off.
Okay. Phone who dares.
Who are you sending messages to?
Various people.
People, okay, so...
people.
Various people
okay,
with
I just...
special interests and
Okay,
relations.
can I just, I notice on my sensors that we have a lot of outgoing call traffic, and I look over to Anne-Fraser and go, you know, we're on a mission here, and we kind of need to have people not know where we're going.
Why are you on Tinder?
Can I just get you to verify that the calls that you're making are not going to compromise our mission, please?
Definitely. I'm getting in contact with my mother first. I do like to check in with her occasionally. It has been 6 months since I made contact. We've been so busy training, so just wanted to let her know that I'm okay.
Okay.
And also contacting this guy who keeps bugging me, sending I've finally gotten back to him.
Is that Terry?
Is he sending you arm pics? Arm pics, yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's all it is.
Twist up his arm.
Strong hand.
Unsolicited tentacle pics.
Hey, Reza is not that kind of guy.
Alright.
Okay.
I suppose Atrium is assisting Stu with any navigational things, but
Okay.
doing it in a hurry so that Atrium can retreat and get a quiet moment before what is sure to be a hectic time ahead.
Great
Okay.
adventure.
So you're in the balcony, right?
With your weasel.
With your weasel.
Film stuff.
That doesn't sound dodgy at all.
It might not be a bad idea to be in like our pressure suits for the transit through the media field.
That's pretty.
Yeah, but that's in like a couple days. We're not even there yet.
Okay, we're good. Just for that bit of the trip.
Yeah.
As a good citizen.
Well, I'm sure you'll let us know when we're approaching that. And really, you have so little faith in your navigational skills?
What are you up
Dave,
to?
boy, why don't you come down to the training room? Let's make sure you still got that arm in top shape. I want to see your targeting practice again. You're a bit off. You're a bit high and to the left on the last session.
You are so thirsty.
Savage.
I'll just say, oh yeah, and throw a punch low and to the left.
I'm going to the right.
No, low and to the left. So it hits you in the middle.
It doesn't hit me in the liver because I dodged that bit.
I want to see some roll.
Did you connect with Mama Bear?
This is
On some level.
So this is not the
Not physically,
pneumatic
but
arm.
Yes, it is.
Alright. Okay.
That's the one.
No, that'd be cruel and unusual punishment.
It's Mama Bear. She's in her power armor.
No.
No, okay, you're out of power.
No. Here, you
don't
by
want
This
default-
is just like a jab. No,
Yeah.
I'm trying to fucking
Yeah,
get
no
you.
roll.
Yeah,
Let
it's
the dice
a
speak
training
first.
punch. You're pulling your punches, but
Yeah.
do you connect at all?
Oh,
Nat
brilliant.
20.
I only got 12.
Oh, that's good because my dodge got a 21. Can I come back and flip his ass over my leg?
Yep.
Yeah.
And now you.
Do I have to roll for that?
Yeah.
Do I roll my
yes.
brawl?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, you gotta roll for some kind of foreplay.
You're rolling for a dodge, yeah?
Would I be rolling dodge or
It's, it's brawling.
Rolling.
15.
30.
Oh!
So he goes with his, and you didn't use your robotic arm, right? So you go with your human arm?
Well, a robotic arm would be
No, that's right. But you went with your human arm to
attack.
to attack.
him to practice with his robotic.
I know, I wanted to, but he was being an asshole.
Ah,
So you go to attack, and you go for a jab, and I dodge it, and I grab the arm that's jabbing, I stick my leg out, and I flip you ass over end, and you're on the floor, staring up at me, and I'm still holding your arm in my hand.
Does Terry see this on camera?
Terry. Not yet, but it'll be great for later viewing.
And I looked down at you and I said, boy, if you're using that bit of metal on your other hand as bad as you're using the one you was born with, we got some fucking trouble, and I don't want you at my back. Now get your ass in that training room!
his archaic terms.
You want to stand by me? I gotta know you're gonna let me out alive. Now get your ass in that training room.
Yes, Mom.
Jesus. That's a whole nother thing.
Wow.
No, I was mama there.
Yes, Mommy.
That's what I did. I was mama there.
Okay. So, any other pre-flight hilarity?
What kind of given we're about to use our ship, what kind of upgrades does it now have? It has a fully stocked med bay, I'm assuming.
Fully stocked med bay.
So let me just upgrade the ship thing. So it has a fully stocked med bay. It doesn't have any damage. We've got 3 beds in the med bay. Is that no improvements on that front?
They didn't really improve it much. Just more of they paid for all the maintenance costs.
Okay, all right.
That's good.
Cool. It didn't really have any damage. I'm assuming that part of the maintenance was giving it a thorough cleaning.
Yes.
Yeah. It was starting to smell a little bit because the cleaning job that was done after the previous crew were forcibly vacated didn't really get the job done in all the nooks and crannies.
The air vents didn't smell so good.
No, they really didn't. So a thorough clean was good. So it's now fresh as a daisy.
My cabin's still a bit. How you going?
Yeah, I think that's your problem.
Could be the socks.
That's your problem. Yeah, that's your problem.
Both in and out of game.
What it lacks in quantity, it makes up for in potency.
Oh yeah.
It's like, how does a person with only 1 foot smell so bad with the socks?
Formidable scent.
Oh yes, I just to let you know, that conversation we had about your character's ability of the chaotic, try this kind of thing. You have a new power, and that is once per game, you can do something unskilled, but you have to roll a special die. Now, what happens is, this is an extra wild die, or power die. And the thing is that if you get a plus, your wild die, it acts as a 6. Okay? So, this can go crazy in one direction. It also has another side. It can also go crazy on the other.
No.
So, if it is a negative, it actually kills your highest rolling dice. Now that means if both your wild die roll a negative,
you get 2 of your top dice knocked out.
Yes. So it could really go bad, or it could go really great. But it has to be something you've never tried before. And you can only do it once per game.
Chaotic.
Yes.
That's a really cool idea.
Yeah. It's kind of like a specialized luck. This was inspired by the Grappoon.
And if you get plus, it does the thing. If you get minus, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It does the negative thing. And if you get 0, nothing happens.
Correct.
Okay.
Just don't be
There are
standing
2 on
behind
it.
Jerry. when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do that.
Yeah. So there's an increased chance on that dice that something's going to go one way or the other.
Yep.
We wrecked that church.
Okay. It does roll evenly.
Not loaded.
Well, I was wondering a little, but it seems to be okay. Yeah. But if it is loaded, it's loaded in a direction that is
neutral.
Neutral.
I'm gonna make some keep it out.
Okay, so navigation. Is there any special spot in the K-Run system that the Warzadian system that you want to land?
Depends if between us and Warzod, what's on the orbit of the other.
Oh, you can actually look at the far. I forgot.
Where are we?
Now, you have, in order to leave the station, you have to be outside of in order to leave the system, you have to be outside the asteroid belt.
What are you navigating?
Are we going to fly through a star or not?
We need to get out of the current solar system that we're in via a asteroid belt.
2 asteroids.
Since when did K-Run have an asteroid belt?
Yes.
Transit to the other system
Oh, okay.
through an asteroid belt, around a planet to slow us down, and then onto Warzod.
So the slow down you don't have to worry about so much. It's
course correction.
Yeah, course course correction. Now, it will provide, that planet will provide good cover, but slowdown's not required.
Okay, but it's free.
Because
Yes.
it's not an impulse thing. It's more of a it's called starfall. It's kind of like a hyperspace thing.
Yeah.
So we're blipping out and blipping in. The thing is you can't blip into the middle of the asteroid field. You've got to be on just the outside, and then
You want to blip behind that?
Yeah.
Like not recent.
And you can't blip through an asteroid field
This is
either.
kind of hard to get it on the screen. There's
You
a
will
lot
undo
of space.
because if you got it slightly too short,
Yeah.
you could end up being an asteroid, I suppose.
Or between the asteroid and the planet, or in one or the other.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't want to thread that needle just yet.
So basically, if you roll bad,
Yeah, I already
We're
have
fine.
some apprehension, but I think we'll be alright.
So do we put the suits on before you do this?
Starfall takes about 5 days.
Okay.
In this particular case, it's
No, I thought you said 3 days.
About 3 days. I was going to say 5. He
3
said
to 5 days,
I
that's a
was more
long
concerned about
time
him
difference.
Depends on how well he rolls.
Yeah.
Asteroid belt.
Okay, so what's your navigation?
I haven't leveled this up yet, remember?
Oh, you should before we go.
Oh, whoa.
What?
The
Oh, he's got 6 dice. He's good.
Okay, alright.
Question to the crew. What happens if the church isn't as dumb as Freaking Tail? And they follow us. Sorry, wrong voice.
Yeah.
What if the church don't believe the distraction and they'll catch wise of us going through the war zone?
This is why we have Primtool's body, and Fraser McBeck has stocked our hold with enough supplies that are plausible to sell on Warzone.
One of which has to be...
We have 2 cover stories, and we will use both of them if we need to.
How about a third?
And Jerry just puts his tail on the table.
Okay, so your target
Why are
number...
you putting your tail on the table? I don't understand. Is this some sort of come on, Jerry? I'm not attracted to you like that.
Jerry just looks
Ask Terry about that, Terry. Terry has a giggle and goes, have you tried Jerry?
Again, now Terry has one eye focused on Lava and another eye focused on Terry. Just looking very confused.
Look, I'm pretty adventurous, but I'm kind of not quite there yet. So,
your
what do
target
you mean
number's
about your
15.
tail?
Now, you can...
Or into this place.
We have a backdoor. Let's talk about this in a minute, okay? We'll have 3 to 5 days to talk about it.
What's really happening? What's really happening?
Rolling for nav.
Nav rolling. Nav rolling.
8, 7, 9, 11, 12. Uh-oh, we're gonna die.
No, are we? 12 out of your 6 dice?
Wow.
You can spend a skill point to re-roll that. Or a life point to re-roll that.
Yep.
Which one?
You get 3 per game? 1 per
it's-
game?
It's 1 per game.
1 per game.
I would do
Yeah,
it.
I wouldn't do it.
Ah, please.
What was his target number?
15.
I think you should re-roll. We don't.
Atrium's in the room too.
Ah!
And also Lava's in the room and
Okay.
Atrium, were you watching Stu's navigation?
They already mentioned that they were working together.
Yep,
Yeah, they did.
So can Atrium roll to see if she catches Stu's error?
No, but he gets added extra dice.
One more die.
Add another die.
So, it is, it's 4 days.
Oh, okay.
A little bit slower.
Okay, so about this tail situation and a back door. I'm not really liking this combination of topics so far. Can you enlighten me, Jerry?
I thought we had backups back when we were trying to get off Warzone and get through the thicket and all of that.
You know, Warzone.
But they weren't enough. Jerry just wants to make sure that his crew's taken care of. What are we going to do when the church gets to us? They see that, what if they find the weapons?
What do you suggest?
Jerry was never meant to be the brains of this operation. Blah, blah.
Well, you may not be the brains of the operation, but you sure are the downer of the operation right now. All of this negativity.
Whoa, Jerry. Remember back when we were in Warzone? Remember back when we passed the prison? And remember back when I saved everyone?
Oh,
It's okay. I'll come through again.
At this point, I'm going to tell them to calm the hell down
We were in the middle of a protest. We know so many like-minded people on Warzone. Let's just get there, hunker down, and do our job.
Okay, I agree with what Jerry's
Kevin.
saying in terms of having backup options. Does anybody else have any contacts on Warzone that we could use in the event of a
We all do.
shit hitting the fan?
We're from Warzone.
Okay, so can we get a centralized list of them so that everybody's aware of them in case one of us gets incapacitated who has a relevant contact?
Just not the core.
Well, we're going to have to deal with Glipcorp
You own a bar.
to get Primtle's body back to her spawning ground.
Yeah, but I assume you know.
Okay.
I didn't mean my
So, how do you guys spend the next 4 days?
In isolation.
I want to make party drugs and see who will take it with it. Take it.
Wait a minute, it went from revival drugs to this party drugs.
Because I'm bored. It's 4 days.
What do you think?
I'll get into these party drugs.
Well, it's
I'm
just
very
a long
upset
time.
with Primtel.
Alright, let's see.
Primtle's dead.
Yeah, no, I'm upset with Primtel, so I'm going to...
For dying or for doing what they did before they died?
10, 12.
12?
Personal reasons.
Alright.
Selling me out.
Who wants to have some party drugs?
I can't.
This is like the
No, I'm on duty, so I'm going to record this for posterity. So Lava's gonna hook up cameras in the mess hall. Oh yeah. If there's sampling of
Primtel's got a
substances
really good
going
stash
on.
of like cameras and stuff down in the storage bay.
Security bay.
Can I purchase some of these at a bulk price from you?
In the middle of the jungle. We're not landing at a space station.
So we can get high for a day before that.
So I make them short lasting. They have a half life of probably 6 hours or so.
You're in the bar getting stoned?
So,
happening?
so Terry had
So
exactly over here and didn't feel like this might be a good way for the crew to relax and mingle while we've got a 4-day starfall.
A couple of us have to remain on duty, so Stu and I are going to watch and laugh.
Rotation.
And none of you offered to
You're
stop
supposed to be
just like
driving,
you
you
get
can't do
blasted.
shit. So I'm in the car level.
This is
and
gonna be
I'm
fun.
checking out her Tengu and my Tengu, and I'm admiring the job that Bob's done on my Tengu, and I hear a strange noise at the back of my ankle of my Tengu,
Okay.
and
Straight. I made it for you.
scrup and lose it. I lose it. And the next thing you stone butts in the bar know is Mama Bear's coming in, and she's like literally, her face is literally red. She's so angry. And she has in her hand, in her hot little hand, a mechanical weaselly little shit by the tail.
Oh.
Who owns this little piece of vermin?
Bye.
You keep this little scrupper away from the gears of Mom Mecca. Do you know what kind of damage this thing can do to a Tengu? What you got? Haven't you fed who? Who is the irresponsible owner of this critter that ain't got it fed?
Everybody's pointing at Arcady.
Arcady? I don't know where you've been keeping this vermin hidden for the last 6 months, because if I'd have known about it, it'd have been barbecue by now. Do you realize the number of intergalactic laws you have broken getting this thing off of Warzone?
That weasel has kept me alive for a while.
Well,
and I would appreciate it if you would unhand my pet.
Get your hands off the weasel.
With all due respect, Arcady,
Your hands off my weasel.
Is that what we're calling it nowadays?
my Tengu's going to keep you alive a lot longer. So
That
here's
is yet to be seen.
So, well,
Oh.
here's what we're going to do. Okay. Bob is waiting for you in the hole. You're going to get your ass down there, you're going to sober up, and you're going to learn basic Tengu maintenance, and you're going to fix every piece of damage that this dumb weasel made.
I got 3 dice already.
Well, you better get more. And I grab it by the wings, and I switch it to the other hand, I grab it by the wings, and I look at it, and I'm like, and you! And I'm like shaking my finger at its face, and it's starting to do that cute little paw thing. And I'm shaking my finger at its face, and it's doing that cute little paw thing, and I'm like, oh, God, there, God! And I just toss it up, and it flies away. I'm like, give me a whiskey! Go fix my Tengu!
I will make you a very nice whiskey.
Fix my Tengu!
Yes.
I whispered to
You
Terry.
keep that critter off my back! Over the comms you hear, Mama Bear, feel free to help yourself to the best bottle and mustache.
Okay, so as you go down to fix the, Bob gives you some tools, and you're looking at the foot of the Tengu, and you can't figure out which foot it is.
And then
It's the one on the left, the right, or the right, or the other right, or the other right, or it's the one in the middle. You're not sure. But Tengu are supposed to have 2 feet. Why do you see 8? Or is it 1? Is it a snail? Oh my gosh, it's a starfish.
Hang on, we need to roll to see how long Arcadie's going to be out of it.
Yes, can we?
Yep.
How long does she spend this?
I think that's a is that a strength or is that a?
It's a strength.
Okay.
Or should I roll to see how potent?
I feel so sorry for you when you go through this podcast.
Oh, this is gonna be the worst one yet.
That's not how we've done it in the past.
We've
never done anything like that. Name of this game.
No.
I think
No. It's not.
Should put that in the IMDb. Under continuity.
Under the wiki.
What's my special one?
Goose
made
continuity.
that one.
Well,
It's too late now.
What did you roll?
What do you got? 10, 11, 13.
Well, you think that you got the starfish fixed. You think.
That's okay, you think so. You don't know that.
Got 6 times now.
Bob looks at you, and I'm gonna have to edit this one. Okay, special effects. I really don't think that you got that right. You've been looking at my boots for like 10 minutes.
What did you concoct? Was he just standing there for 10 minutes while he stared at him?
Kind of confused.
my turbo. My turbo is a little bit trained at this point. Am I allowed to rouse on him and tell him to go get me the parts that I need?
You could try.
You'll probably get it from
Make a roll. Make a roll for the turbo weasel.
What do I roll for this?
It would be your sense, either sense, or you could also roll perception, because that would be.
It's 1D for medicine and 2D for sense.
Maybe 3D.
3D. It's 3 for any.
Minus everything, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. He brings you a starfish.
Natural starfish. Shit, Turbo.
That would have been from the aquatic quarters. Where's his aquatic quarters?
Yeah, Reza finds a steady, which is a starfish missing. No! Sorry!
Well, it seems that I need to stop partaking in the party group.
Yeah.
Should put your pressure suit on and make sure the starfish is in there.